good? Y'all see boy Jay back at it again. Today we got every real life buff that's actually a diva by Paint Professional. Y'all know what the deal is, man. Follow me on both Jays here and Jays there. Did Captain on my socials. Without further ado, let's get right to it.
But biologically, it actually makes you less of one. Having a kid is supposed to make you feel like a man, but biologically, it actually makes you less of one. A long-term study in the Philippines tracked over 600 men for several years, and the men who became fathers saw a 34% drop in their testosterone.
That's what niggas mean when you become a dad and you get nerfed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, dad lore low-key be crazy as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie.
A huge nerf to an otherwise essential skill tree for the male build. And you may be thinking, surely that's just bad sleep and skipped workouts. Causation, not correlation. But turns out another study found testosterone dropped even in well-rested, healthy fathers. And the decline correlated most strongly with time spent caring for the child, not with sleep or exercise levels. The baseline drop seems to be a biological response, an evolved hormonal switch that promotes bonding and caregiving. Sleep deprivation and stress do make
Might make this part of the thumbnail, cuz I ain't gonna lie.
it worse, but they're just stacking penalties on top of the main debuff. From an evolutionary standpoint, it's perfectly logical. Lower testosterone means less aggression and mating drive. It's basically
Which makes sense, cause testosterone means you wanna fuck. Like you really trying to, like if any nigga got high testosterone, bro, you know your sex drive, your desire to just get shit done is through the roof, my nigga. So what happens is when your testosterone decrease, you less, like you not trying to fuck like that, bro. Which means you have more time to care for your kid and shit.
an ancient biological patch to keep dads from wandering off to find new mates while the offspring is still helpless. So if you're a soon-to-be father adding a new member to your party, know that it comes with a heavy debuff. But all is not lost. You can counteract the decreasing testosterone by eating well, exercising regularly, and getting good sleep. Easy stuff when you care for a small child.
Right?
Being shredded.
Good luck with that shit. I ain't gonna cut.
After months of grinding calorie deficits, you finally evolved into your final form. Veins crawl across every surface of your skin, your abs are chiseled from stone, and your reflection looks like a Greek statue rendered.
Am I chiseled or shredded? I know I'm ripped, but I don't know if I'm shredded for real. Like, can y'all, hold on, let me see how y'all niggas can see that. I've been taking, like, this week was more of a rest week, so I could recover my nervous system, but like, am I shredded? Cause I just ate, by the way. I just ate. Am I shredded? I think ain't shredded like 10% under body fat on some shit like that. Ain't that what I mean when you shredded? For real.
4K. Guys envy you, girls lust for you. This has to be the ultimate buff. But you also look like you're one paper cut away from dying, and that's not far.
And it's also high maintenance, bro. Like, I feel like now I'm very happy with the way I look, because trying to get, I know what it's like to try to get a certain physique, bro. Like, I'm going to show y'all niggas what I'm trying to look like, bro. Like, this one, like, I actually drew this one time. This shit, like, this is my fucking physique goal, bro. Because this nigga, like, this is on some Greek god, like, real deal bodybuilder. Like, nigga, you could see obliques. That nigga got strong forearms. He got the six-pack. Like, this is like Goku mixed with Baki. And, like, this shit is super duper tough, my nigga. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm been aiming to get that. But the thing is, what you gotta understand is that I could post a pic like this, but it would have to be, like, I'll have to be in a fasted state for at least 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? Post-workout pump going, gym mirror going crazy. You know, face not bloated. It's like, you dead have to, like, this is the type of photo I'd have to, you know what I'm saying, take to get this type of build for real, bro. And I've been in the lab for a minute training this shit. But the thing is that I'd say this, it's very, like, if you want to be super lean and shredded, it's very high maintenance. Like, you can't eat out like that. You're basically only allowed to drink water and shit. And you also, like, you gotta do intermittent fast. Like, if you want to really stay lean, you gotta You gotta do some intermittent fasting here and there to make sure your shit is light. You're not eating too much.
From the truth. Low body fat is the key to looking shredded, but your body doesn't know it's beach season. It thinks you're starving to death. Around 8 to 10% body fat for men might be today's beauty standard.
Yeah, I'm not 8. I'd say I'm probably like 12, bro. I'm probably 12, bro. I'd say I'm anywhere from like 12 to 15. That's why I probably rate him. Hold on, bro. I don't know if all the body fat. I mean, I could run through a test right quick. Let me see. Let me look at this shit. Let me zoom in right quick. Damn, nigga. I want to zoom in shit. Fuck. No, that shit's not gonna work. Let me go to let me get this shit. No, that's not. I guess we go with this shit right here. Like, hold on a bit. It's in the background. I bet. Here we go. Yeah. So I probably would be at like 12. Yeah, I'm probably at 12, bro. I'm not even gonna front, bro. Like, I don't even know if these is fully accurate, but I would probably lean towards 12 to 14, bro. I know I'm definitely not no 20s, but I'll say this, right? The more you try to get super lean, the more you're sacrificing your energy. Because fat isn't bad. Fat is stored energy, money.
But biologically, it's like a warlock rolled his face across the keyboard and unleashed every debuff on you. Low testosterone, low libido, brain cortisol spikes.
Yeah, y'all can have that shit. I'm not trying to do that, bro.
And yet this buff is so sought after.
I know I don't have that.
Testosterone, low libido.
I got good loads of testosterone.
Brain
My sex drive is OD sometimes.
Cortisol.
I have fairly clear thoughts most of the time, and I don't have a very high cortisol level.
Spikes. And yet this buff is so sought after in today's society that we go through great lengths to acquire it.
Niggas pump TRT into their testosterone. Okay, niggas pump testosterone into their buttholes and take all types of steroids and supplements to look like that.
Hugh Jackman is almost 60 years old here and looks absolutely shredded. But 3 months before this, he starts drinking a shit ton of water, 3 gallons a day. And then 36 hours before filming, he stops. But the peeing doesn't stop. And eventually his body's almost dying from dehydration.
That's the problem. Because water's going to make you look bloated to a certain extent. Especially if you're drinking 3 gallons. Like the most I drink anywhere from like a gallon and a half to like 2 gallons a day. But I'm working out very consistently. I'm up. I'm young. So I'm growing. My body's still developing this shit. So I need that. This nigga went 36 hours with no water. This nigga dehydration is OD.
But damn, he looks good. Perfect temperature control. This is not so much a buff as is a modern lifestyle choice that seems amazing at first. Always 22 degrees Celsius, never too hot, never too cold.
Problem is if you never expose yourself to super hot or cold environments, you're never used. Like I feel like the more cold showers I've taken, the more I'm getting used to just cold weather, bro. I'm not even gonna cap.
Only really achievable in controlled zones, like inside with artificial heating and cooling. But while your environment leveled up, your biology logged off. Living in perfect temperature disables your body's oldest skill tree, thermoregulation. When you're cold, your brown fat kicks in and burns energy to keep you warm. When you're hot, your metabolism rises to power sweat production. But if you're never hot or cold, these systems disappears.
You know what they say, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it.
Your brown fat goes dormant and your metabolic rate slows down. Modern studies even suggest that constant temperature control contributes to the global rise in obesity, since we no longer burn those hundreds of thermal calories each day.
This is high key why I prefer to run outside, because it's cold as fuck. And it's like, it reverts me to a more primal state. Like, I've never been a treadmill guy, bro. I've never been a treadmill type of dude. I'm gonna be honest with you.
To get rid of this debuff, just go in a sauna or ice bath once in a while. Yes, it might hurt at the beginning, but eventually your body will thank you. Being tall. If you're a male player
I'm
between
6'2", bro. What debuff is this? I guess joint pain, but I'm not like, I'm tall, but I'm not too tall. Like, too tall to me, anything past 6'5" is too tall, bit. Like, unless you were like an athlete or unless you're like a NFL, NBA player, then being over that 6'5" limit, it just seems like a hassle, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Cause like 6'2" to me, that's like that might be the perfect height. Cause you're tall enough, you know what I'm saying, for the attraction, you know, you look cold, you know what I'm saying, you look da 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 da, but you're also short enough to where you can still do basic stuff and wear regular clothes and not have to get super tailored, you know what I'm saying, articles of clothing and all that.
5'11 to 6'2", you're considered tall. That's the top 10 to 15% globally. And
I was genetically blessed, bro.
congratulations, this is a very sought-after stat in the male build that gives a ton of buffs. You can see over crowds, reach the top shelf, and people automatically assume you're confident and capable. But like most overpowered stats, it comes with hidden patch notes.
Definitely.
Inside the body, tallness is pure inefficiency. Every extra inch means more strain on your heart, joints, and circulatory.
Yeah, that's true. That's why niggas who are super tall don't live that long. Because that's constant strain,
system.
Bro.
Tall players are more likely to get back pain, blood clots, varicose veins, and even certain cancers.
We have got to the point where literally...
That's true, though, but I still would not trade my height, bro. I'm not trading my shit. And a lot of these, I feel like you can offset a lot of these debuffs by exercising. And a lot of these can be offset by just cold exposure, focusing on getting 7 to 8 hours of deep sleep every night, and exercising and yoga. Like, I feel like a lot of these shits can be offset fairly well by just doing those things, bro.
One huge study of over 1 million people found that for every 10 centimeters of extra height, cancer risk rises by roughly 6 to 15%. More body mass means more cells, and more chances for something to go wrong. Nutritionally, tall players have higher calorie needs and bigger muscle mass to maintain, meaning if your diet quality slips, it hits harder. Protein, calcium, and vitamin D become essential. Without them, your bones age faster and your recovery stat nosedives. Even hydration is trickier. You lose fluids faster thanks to your larger surface area. And then there's the psychological side. Tall people are often pushed into leadership roles or perfection expectations they never asked for. You're treated like a main character, so failure hits twice as hard. Some studies...
I feel like that. I can definitely see where he's coming from those. Because I feel like a lot of... especially if you're tall and good looking, niggas gonna assume, oh, he's confident, charismatic, da-da-da-da. You know, he's good at this, good at that, it's like... People who are tall and good looking, especially if they're lean, people are automatically gonna assume you know how to hoop or you're good at sports. I've had that happen to me. You know, niggas say you're big for no reason. You're big, you look strong, but you ain't got an athletic bone in your body. I've been there before. You feel what I'm saying?
Even link that constant performance pressure to higher stress and anxiety. So while everyone assumes tallness equals confidence, a lot of tall players quietly struggle with body discomfort, social pressure, and a weird kind of height-based imposter syndrome. Being attractive. Being attractive is one of the most overpowered buffs you can roll.
For sure.
It's like starting the game on easy mode. You get free charisma points, better quest rewards.
Free charisma, more easier social interactions, which would obviously be part of the charisma. People are going to assume you're more intelligent. You know, basically the halo effect.
And everyone just assumes you have your life together. People smile more, say yes faster, and statistically, even judges give you lighter sentences. You've unlocked the hot privilege passive, and it feels great.
True.
But under the hood, this buff comes with some sneaky debuffs that most players never notice. First, the trust penalty. Attractive people are subconsciously seen as less honest, less loyal, and more manipulative, especially by same-sex peers. You look like a main character, but everyone else sees a potential villain. Studies even show attractive women are less likely to be hired for certain jobs because employers find them distracting.
Yo.
Then there's the relationship bug. You attract more people, but fewer of them for the right reasons. When everyone likes your appearance, it's hard to know who actually likes you.
There's definitely truth to that, bro. You an attractive dude, right? I'm 6'2" with dreads, good face. You attract a lot of the succubi, right? You attract a lot of the women who just want you for the aesthetic, or they just want you for your, and then nothing more than that.
Constant attention isn't free either. Attractive players report higher rates of anxiety and self-criticism, because the moment you lose your looks, you lose your identity. When you're
That's true, but... Okay, alright, here's the thing about losing your looks and your identity as a whole. That would only apply if you were good looking from the jump. Like, you didn't have to put in a lot of effort. Because I wasn't always good looking. Like, in the 8th grade, I had the Negro special, you know, the bald fade, and then growing your hair out from the bald special to like the point to where you could get your shit locked up. It was character building, bro. Cause I had braces, I had glasses, I was awkward and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit built hella character development, and I had to, since I wasn't Mr. Attractive yet, I had to build up my charisma. Had to learn to talk to people, got really into exercise and learning about the human body and YouTube and this, that, like building up my skill tree. So when I did become attractive, it was like the magnetism was like squared. It's like you're attractive, but now you got these hobbies, you know, you got good social skills, you're funny, Now it's like it's squared. So even if you lose your attraction point, you still have a long line of work. You know, you got your YouTube channel, you know, you got the fact that you're smart. You got the fact that you like to read and you're good at art and, you know, just other, you know, points of interest that relate to you.
Fourth is tied to surface stats. Aging feels like dying in slow motion. Even online, you're not safe. Your face becomes currency, copied, filtered, judged, and rated for clicks. You're no longer a player. You're an asset being traded on the open market of attention. Beauty is mostly a buff important for the early to mid-game. Late game, it's more like a curse of diminishing returns. Imagine getting a taste of this Exodia build, only to watch it fade as the age debuff slowly runs its course. High wealth. Getting rich sounds like a buff that just can't have any debuffs.
I feel like a lot of rich niggas who get into that wealth, I feel like a lot of it can lead to decadence. Because I feel like part of grinding and getting to where you want to be, a part of the fun, a massive part of it lies in the process. Like, you know, you making videos, you working jobs, you hustling, you putting in work. Once you get to that point, especially if you're a billionaire, it's like you don't know what to do no more because the game is on easy mode. Nigga, if you need something done, you can pay a nigga to do it. You know what I'm saying? Something breaks down, you're not even stressing about that shit. So it's like there's nothing more in the game for you to do. Like, I know if I had $1 billion right now, I would be happy for I would be just balling for like a month straight. Bare minimum a month. Buying shoes, buying clothes, taking fit pics, new cars, But at some point, it's like, I don't feel like working anymore. Like, there's nothing more for me to do at this point.
You can buy epic mounts, XP boosts, and loot chests. Questing is easier, professions are optional. Money really does change the way the game is played. But like most overpowered builds, it comes with a hidden debuff. Once you stop worrying about survival, your brain starts patching out empathy. In one study, brain scans showed that wealthy participants had weaker neural activation when they saw someone in pain. Their empathy circuits literally went quiet. And it's not evil, it's just human adaptation. When life stops punishing you, your brain stops caring about punishment. High wealth does not only reduce your empathy, it also changes your sense of what's fair. In a UC Berkeley experiment, researchers rigged Monopoly so one player always started richer.
How many 500s did you have?
Just one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I have 3. I don't know why they gave me so much.
Within minutes, the rich players who knew the game was rigged started acting louder, bragging more, and even taking more snacks from the communal bowl.
I'm gonna try pretzels. I love pretzels.
The more wealth you have, the more reality starts to feel optional. And when
Especially if, like, I feel like there's levels to this shit. Like, if you're making 6 figures, yeah, you might have a bit of detachment, but you're not super well off to the point to where you can't do shit. But niggas who are billionaires, like, they are living in a whole different world, bro. Niggas who have so much money, like, they can buy projects in countries, you know, corruption, all that. Like, they are living on a completely different tier than everybody else.
you can buy anything, value itself disappears. Scarcity vanishes, gratitude decays, and the world turns into a sandbox with no stakes. It's a whole different feeling grinding for level 80, or buying an instant level 80 power boost. That's why many ultra-rich players chase impossible goals. Immortality projects,
That's why super rich niggas just do either crazy or evil shit. Because they have nothing else to do.
Mars colonies, digital godhood, because the regular game just doesn't hit anymore. Eventually, money stops feeling like freedom and starts feeling like insulation. You're safe from everything, including human connection. Falling in love. Falling in love is one of the most powerful buffs in the game. It can give you increased motivation, energy, stamina, and even better graphics. It's the ultimate mood exploit, and should honestly be nerfed hard. But it has one big weakness. It's temporary, and when it runs out, you get hit with a nasty debuff called withdrawal.
100%.
The brain activity of someone in love looks eerily similar to that of someone on cocaine. Both release a flood of dopamine, oxytocin, and noradrenaline, things that make you feel good. But when that honeymoon euphoria wears off, you crash hard. Those same reward circuits that made you feel invincible now start craving the next hit. And sure, you could jump from player to player to try and stay in that overpowered phase of love, but you'll always crave more novelty when your tolerance builds up. To understand how powerful this buff is, consider this. During a breakup, your brain lights up the same regions that process physical pain. Your brain literally confuses emotional loss with physical injury. That's why heartbreak feels like being hit in the chest. The developers were clever when they coded this buff. It's a bait and switch designed to keep humans paired just long enough to spawn the next generation, and unfortunately, there's no real counter to it. If you want the buff, you have to accept the crash. Longevity. Living forever sounds like the ultimate endgame buff.
Living forever sounds dog shit. That's why niggas who say they want immortality, tripping, bro. You gotta watch your friends and family die. Your body's folding on you like, nah, I'm good, bro.
You outlast your enemies. Max every skill tree and get to see the next big patch of humanity. Even billionaires are speedrunning longevity research trying to buy more game time. But the human body wasn't coded for unlimited playtime. The longer you live, the more junk data piles up in your DNA until your systems lag. By the time you hit level 90, you're basically running Windows 95 on life support. And the longer you live, the more time you have to watch everything else fall apart. Half of adults over 85 has the loneliness debuff. And no wonder, since most of their party members have been disconnected for years. Your level might get extremely high, but if you can't play your character anymore, what's the point? I hope this video made you see life in a different perspective. Here's a short time lapse of me drawing the thumbnail, and also here's a similar video that you might...
Hey, bro, WVIB by my dog, man. But that being said, it's your boy Jay. Shout out to Paint Professional, Paint Professor, and stay healthy, stay wealthy, and stay blessed. And